Da da da!
Episode 103!
Episode 103. It's the regret episode. This is actually a contest response for 100 subscribers for Modern Vintage Collector. Remember, Pound MVC 100 sub will be in the title. Also, he has blossomed to 170 something last time I looked. And nothing like getting under the wire. If I would have missed this contest, it would have definitely been a regret. Well, a regret, I guess, is something, a negative feeling when you look back at a conscious decision that you made. And in our lifetimes, I'm sure that everyone has some regrets. But looking at collecting and baseball cards, I do have two regrets. And both of which I'm going to talk about. I'm MP Fox, by the way. MC Fox is not here, although he was heard in the intro, because he doesn't have any collecting regrets as of yet. But let me tell you a couple of mine. One, my hobby started in the early 1970s. I had, that is past tense, a whole bunch of 1970s cards. I'm not exactly sure where I got them because I was 4 and 5 years old. So I'm sure that they were purchased for me. Throughout the 70s, I had a veritable ton of cards from every single year in the 70s. I loved collecting cards, and every allowance I got and mowing lawns and everything went towards cards. I even somehow got a bunch of 60s cards and even some 50s cards thrown in with everything. I'm not sure where those came from. I think I might have pilfered them from my uncle. I'm not sure. Please don't tell him. But he might be watching this. So if you lost some big card in the past, that might have been me as a small kid. It was in the 80s. I still continued to collect up until about 1980, I'd say 83 when I was in high school. I stopped collecting. I started up again when I was in college. And I remember sorting out my cards thinking it was fantastic. Brought all my cards from home. And then the year was 1990. And I was moving away from where I was going to college, and I was making a long distance move. And I remember taking boxes of cards to the dumpster of one of the places I was working, actually the place I worked, and kind of had a peace out, see you later ceremony. So I had boxes of cards that went into a dumpster behind a restaurant in approximately 1990 because I was moving across country and I was trying to travel light. I regret not having those cards anymore. I remember having a bunch of Dave Winfield rookie cards. As being a Minnesota boy, Dave Winfield was a superstar athlete for the University of Minnesota. I regret that. And that, David Winfield, is why I sometimes am seen with a Padres hat. And I still like the Padres, and it's because of Dave Winfield. They're not my team, but I like to follow them, and I wish them well. That year of his rookie also, I remember having the complete set of the Washington National League cards that came out because the Padres were going to move to Washington, D.C., a move that never happened. So that is one of my regrets. Oh, if I could have those cards back, that would be fantastic. But, I don't. So I don't really look at it as a huge regret. It's part of a life decision, and it made me who I am today. And looking back on how I'm going to collect cards with my son and instill different things in him, because I made a lot of really dumb bonehead choices when I was 24 years old, and if I wouldn't have made them, I wouldn't be me. So maybe it's not a regret, but man, I wish I had those cards back. Until next time, hey, awesome channel. And I love this contest, and I'm glad I got it in. I just got home from work, changed. It's almost time to go to Little League practice, which I don't regret. So until next time, MP Fox.